Alright, so this will be a sword-only run of Disdain on hard, and I made sure to turn off autosaves, just for good measure.
Die, soul thief.
So with a sword-only run, you definitely have to be more careful, as you'll see much later towards the video. Certain encounters have to be done really carefully. But as always, it is a viable option, which hopefully I will demonstrate in this video. Definitely gonna need all of the help I can get here. So armor, you know, soul seeds, as the game becomes quite more challenging. And I'm careful to make sure I do not touch the checkpoints, so the checkpoints are placed in such a way that it is possible to physically avoid them. Although I may add like an option later where, you know, like just to make the checkpoints like not spawn at all. So we'll see. Getting these guys down there and saving all the medkits, which I will definitely be needing a lot. So with a sword-only run, it is more important to utilize, you know, like things like cover and infighting. So as some of you may know, you know, Doom engine. In the Doom engine, you know, monsters can fight each other if their shots cross each other. And here I'm just, you know, I just realized I forgot to hit the switch. So I ran back there and then, you know, and now I'm back in the fray. So yes, infighting, you know, it is something that that should definitely be utilized in a sword-only run. It's very useful. So as the monsters, you know, are distracted with each other, that is your opening to slice them with a sword, maybe from the back. Got a little bit sloppy there, so fortunately I survived that. And I think this is my third recording, so the first recording actually went very well, but I died at the very last exit of the second map, the last encounter. So I died there. Second recording, I just didn't like it, so I stopped recording like 5 minutes in, and I just threw it away. And this is the third recording. So with this room, it gets very challenging. So here it is important that I try to delay as much as possible. Try and get the monsters to infight with each other. And then utilizing the pillars to sort of like block the Void Beast's leap attack. Admittedly, very janky, you know, and I most likely will improve the AI of the monsters to reduce, you know, these hilarious situations where they will, you know, like lunge into the wall or something. So. But it'll be interesting to see how that works out, because I'm also not a fan of making monsters like too, you know, realistic or intelligent, as that reduces the fun. And especially in these kinds of, like, you know, retro shooters, like, I think, you know, overly realistic AI is just not fun. So It'll be interesting to see how that will be balanced out as I continue to develop the AI. So I've got a huge surplus of medkit pickups in this level, so I'm pretty good on health, I think. In this part, I kind of like panic a little bit. But yeah, that could have gone wrong very fast. Also, there is air control in this game, so what I'm showing here is how I could like cancel the jump direction in midair. The air control is not as perfect as say the likes of Quake or Dusk, so I may or may not tweak that. We'll see. So the Void Beast fell in the water there. And although not present yet, I will make it so that monsters will take damage if they fall into lava, which should create some interesting gameplay tactics. Try to dodge that when they're in. Obviously failed. Under normal circumstances, that cursed one would have been chain gun sniped from afar, but this being a sword run, obviously there was no chance to do that. And here I'm trying to avoid the triggering the checkpoint. So maybe it is a good idea eventually to add a no checkpoint option for ultra hardcore gameplay. So with only the sword available, the cultists are much more dangerous. So this is where threat prioritization starts to really be important. And we made it past the first round. I'm good in health so far. I'll probably save that armor for when I really need it. And again, making sure to get the cultists first, as they have hit scan weapons. While also trying to make sure to avoid the Void Beasts, as those guys can leap at you from quite a far distance and bite your ass in unexpected ways. And here's where the gameplay starts to really slow down as I'm starting to be really, really careful with my movement and with, you know, trying to assess which targets to take care of first. The void beasts here being the most dangerous. Because not only could they lunge at you from a distance, they also take 2 hits from the sword. So trying to spam the attack button actually is not a smart move. And that's it. The arena fight using nothing but a sword. Just gotta make sure I don't touch the checkpoint there. Here I am just making sure that there are no saves. And that is level 1. Sword only run. Now to level 2. And since I'm not using any other weapon than the sword, you know, I went ahead and played this one shot without having to kill myself and do a, you know, like a clean restart. I didn't have that much like surplus health anyways, so this is as good as a sword start run for this map. And again, the void beasts are much more threatening now. Now that you know, your arsenal is restricted to only the sword. Definitely gonna need the armor there. And here I'm trying to run back and see if there are any health pickups I could use. And of course there is. So here I absolutely have no issues with exploiting the infighting mechanics of the Doom engine. Anything to make my job easier. Now, unfortunately for this part, I have to use the shotgun because there's no way to get to that switch without a gun. And I took a lot of damage there. I got careless there, admittedly. So, fortunately, health kits. Gonna very much need the armor here for the difficult fights ahead. And here I tried to use a corner to sort of block the Void Beast's lunges, but I failed there, so. And I wouldn't rely on that, because as I said earlier, I could be looking to improve the AI of these things, so that they will be less inclined to lunge, to leap like into walls or solid objects or things like that. Now this last part is very challenging because the Void Beasts will spawn as soon as you pick up the rocket launcher, and it can get pretty cramped. Well, not too cramped, but there's a lot of like cultists there as well. And one intentional thing I did is that the force field will actually go down once you get close to the portal. So that is very much a deliberate effect. So it is possible to actually escape from the fight if things get overwhelming there, which it has here. So I'm playing really carefully here. Probably not the most impressive show of skill, but you know, whatever it takes to survive. And only the Void Beast remains. And that's it. Sword only run of Disdain on hard 100% secrets and kills.